Welcome back to a brand new PTCG live video. Today I'll be showcasing the single prize Scolipede with the newly released set Mega Evolution. So with that being said, let's get into the deck list. Let's see which new cards we'll be running. So we do have all 4 copies of the Venipede, the 3 Whirlipede, as well as the 3 Scolipede, and this will be our main attacker. And we're mostly interested in just using that first attack, the Dastardly Jab, for the 1 Dark, 1 Colorless energy. We can put damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon until its remaining HP is just 10. So to help us get that last 10 damage to actually take KOs with this Pokemon, we do run the 2 copies of the Brute Bonnet for that Toxic Powder ability, where once during your turn, if this Pokemon has an Ancient Capsule attached to it, we can put Poison status on both active Pokemon, and that will be the last 10 damage that we need to take KOs with Scolipede. And then we also run the 1 copy of the Pecharunt EX here for that Subjugating Chains ability, where once during your turn, we can switch in one of our Dark-type Pokemon from the bench into the active, as well as put Poison status on it for doing so. And then lastly, we do have the 1 copy of the Tatsugiri for that Attract Customers ability, where once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, we can look at the top 6 cards of our deck, and we can reveal a supported card that we find there and put it into our hand. And then moving on to our trainer cards, for our ace spec, we have the Precious Trolley, where you can search out your deck for any number of basic Pokemon and put them onto your bench. And then for our stadiums, we have the 1 Artazon, where once during each player's turn, they can search out their deck for a basic Pokemon with no rule box and put it onto their bench. As well as we do have the 2 copies of Town Store, where once during each player's turn, they can search out their deck for a tool card and put it into their hand. And then for our supporters, we have the 4 Arven for searching an item card and a tool card. The 1 Boss's Orders for gusting up one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. The 2 copies of Dawn, where you can search out your deck for a basic Pokemon, a Stage 1 and a Stage 2, and put them all into your hand. The 2 copies of the Janine's Secret Art, where we can choose up to 2 of our Dark-type Pokemon in play, and then search out our deck for a Dark Energy for each of them. And if we attach any Dark Energies to our active Pokemon in this way, we do put Poison status on that Pokemon. And then lastly, we do have the 4 copies of the Lillie's Determination, where you get to shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 6 new cards. And if you have exactly 6 prize cards remaining, you get to draw 8 cards instead. And then for our tool cards, we have the 2 copies of the Ancient Booster Energy Capsule for our Brute Bonnet, so that we can put that Poison status on both active Pokemon. The 2 copies of the Counter Gain, and then lastly the 1 copy of the TM Evolution, where ideally we do want to go second on the first turn of the game, so that we can use this TM Evolution and use Attack Evolution to quickly evolve up 2 of our benched Pokemon in just 1 turn. And then for our energy cards, we have the 1 copy of the Reversal Energy, as well as the 7 basic Dark Energies. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get into some games here. Okay, this has to be like the worst starting hand ever. They mulligan. So our opponent won the coin toss. They decided to go second, has to go first. And what can we top deck for 2 mulligans? Nothing good. Like, this has to be the most garbage hand ever. Wow. What do you do? Send turn. I feel like even if we went second, it would still be the same case because we didn't draw a single supporter card. They get Arven, Pokégear, and Bravery Charm. Of course, they find Lillie's Determination. This is so bad. Can we get an Arven top deck? Artazon? Guess we'll go maybe Venipede. Yes, I guess let's go for 20 damage. Earthen Vessel. Some kind of surprised they didn't find a crisp in here. Because I'm pretty sure they want to go for that Cinnabar lure. They get Darkened Water. Yeah, they definitely want to go for that second attack. Potentially get stage 2s for free. So it looks like 3 of our Venipedes got prized here. That is so interesting. 3 Venipedes prized. That has to be like the worst luck ever. They get the Dark Energy for the Cinnabar lure. Let's see if they strike gold or... Yeah, that is so bad. Talk about really bad luck. 1 stage 2. I don't know, let's get Tatsugiri maybe just in case. Go for Toxic Powder and get rid of this Tatsugiri. Yeah, I feel like they're probably going to concede pretty soon because that is really bad luck. I think they look at the top 20 cards. Or is it top 15? Let me check. Top 10 cards. That's still a whole lot of cards to look at, and they only found 1 stage 2. They played the Lilie's Determination. Yeah, they're basically going to lose this if they can't knock us out. It looks like they might actually. Yeah, looks like they will. Because we had to prize 3 Venipedes. Can't make this up. Let's go into Yveltal. Oh no, let's play Arven. Maybe Gustum. Oh no, wait, we're ahead of prize cards. Yeah, let's just go for the clutch. Okay, looks like they're building up the Tatsugiri all over again. These machinations. Ah, that is just so bad. Yeah, technically we are still ahead in prize cards. And let's just hope they don't gust us. Seeding Spirit. Like, geez, this game wouldn't have been so tough if we prized 3 Venipedes. Okay, at least they don't gust us. Yeah, we don't need Brute Bonnet. Yeah, I feel like we don't really need the Dawn. I just want to thin out this hand a little bit. I might as well put out Town Store, actually. Oh wait, we don't even have... Oh no, I'm just gonna go Brute Bonnet here. I totally forgot, we still need an energy card. Let's pass. That is pretty bad. What supporter did we even use that turn? We played the Arven for what? Ultra Ball? We should have gotten Night Stretcher. Let's see, looks like they're going to try again here for the Cinnabar lower. Yeah, it's still 2 prize cards, so let's knock out the Tatsugiri. It's not the most ideal, but our luck is so bad with just finding anything here. Especially with those Venipedes. I won't be surprised if like Boss is prized also. So what we get here, there's the Venipede and Arven. Ooh, they do go into Hydreigon, but they build it up. Neo upper energy. But they can't go for Obsidian. If they go for Obsidian, they lose. Yeah. They're basically kind of forced to go for Crashing Headbutt. No, but they go for the Obsidian anyways. Interesting. Yeah, this was a pretty wild game. Like, the odds of prizing 3 Venipedes. Let's go for the Toxic Powder and knock out Hydreigon. Yeah, there we go. Last 2 prize cards. Dark Energy and another Venipede. There we go. Yeah, our opponent won the coin toss. They decided to go first, had us go second. And looks like it's going to be Charizard with Great Ball. I don't know. Well, looks like there's no mulligans here either, so let's see. We got a pretty decent start in my opinion. See, let's play the Lilies here. Hoping a Team Evolution or Town Store. No, nothing on those. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I guess we'll put on Yveltal and go for the Poison Spray. Hopefully they don't just have the turn 1 Charizard. Buddy Puffin. There's Pidgey, Charmander. Iona, that's not too bad. We had 7 cards, so we lose 1. Okay, at least we got Brute Bonnet, Venipede, and Lilies here. And they're running Iron Jugglers here. See, let's go Iono. Oh, I mean Lily's Determination. Yeah, we probably should have went into Yveltal or something, but then we'd lose energy. A Town Store. Yeah, I don't really know the point of the Iron Jugglers here, and Hero's Cape. On a Charmander, Alicia's Appeal. So they're gonna have to gust a basic here. Yeah. They get the Brute Bonnet. They restart for 1. Okay, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, let's knock out Jugglers here. So what we got here, Rare Candy. Yeah, we definitely don't need that at this point. We have 2 Scolipedes in play. Energy Recycler. Jeez, I don't know what kind of deck they're running here. And again with the Iron Jugglers. They restart for 2. Yeah, I'll just let people take top prize cards here. It's not a big deal for me. Yeah, they passed again. I'm surprised. Lieutenant Sergeant's bargain in this deck. Yeah, I feel like there's nothing left for Town Store. Let's put down Artazon, Pokegear, no boss. Yeah, let's knock out Iron Jugglers again. And look, I couldn't find boss. Let's knock it out. So I get Scolipede. Then go to Charmeleon. And they draw 2 of the restart. They Great Ball again. They do find the Charizard without even, you know, having to use Quick Search or what. So it looks like they're going to use Quick Search for something. Maybe Gusting. They research, so 7 new cards, and they still have Quick Search on top. Yeah, there it is. Still wondering why the Iron Jugglers. Another Rare Candy Charizard. Yeah, they actually concede here. So I believe our opponent won the coin toss. They decided to go second, has go first. And looks like no mulligans. Oh no, maybe let's get Brute Bonnet here. Yeah, I guess let's get Arven. It's in turn. I feel like there's really no point to go for the poison because it's not like I'll be able to knock it out. So yeah, I believe there were no mulligans here. Nope. No mulligans. And interestingly enough, they use Rhyme for their supporter card this turn. This is going to be an interesting Dragapult EX deck with Hydreigon. I don't know. And I guess that's, yeah, Trolley and TM Evolution. And let's get the Pecharunt. Maybe, no, maybe another Venipede. Oh wow, there are no Whirlipede left in the deck. I thought there was at least one, so I guess one got prized. They get the Zweilous. Hopefully they don't retreat out and knock us out. Lillie's Determination. You know what, now that I think about it, we could have switched out with the Pecharunt. We kind of made a misplay there. Kind of just wasted TM Evolution. Night Stretcher. What is that? Lucky Helmet, I believe. Yeah, let's pass. That boss, or not even the boss, was a Rhyme. Definitely slowed us down. See, they get Jock. Cloak and Hydrapple. Come on, we need a supporter card here. Dawn, Lilies, anything. That's not a boss. There's Hydreigon. Yeah, they just pass again. Okay, that's pretty lucky. We draw the Scolipede. Yeah, there we go. First two prize cards. That was insanely lucky on the Scolipede, honestly. There's one prize and Brute Bonnet. Because we definitely messed up that TM Evolution. Probably almost lost the game, maybe even to that. Because we should have used the Pecharunt's ability, switched into something else, and then used the TM Evolution like on the Tatsugiri. See, they're probably going to knock us out here, but are they really going to use Carnelian just for a single prizer? I think so. They use Iono, so yeah, now they use the Iono. Okay, there we go, there's a Lillie's. I guess we'll go into Tatsugiri next turn. It looks like they're running Sylveon as well for Disruption, I guess. Which honestly, they didn't actually have to use the Carnelian. They could have used the first attack and built something up because we only have, what, 160? Yeah, let's go Lillie's Determination. Yeah, we don't even need the Dawn at this point. Yeah, this will just end turn. Hopefully they don't gust us. And they're even running the Terastal Umbreon EX. I don't know, this has to be some kind of test deck maybe. This is really just unconventional. See, they play Arven. They get to switch an Amulet of Hope, so very underrated ace spec, honestly. They go into the Sylveon. I definitely do want to KO it. And they put the Amulet on the Flareon? I don't know. Yeah, there we go, another 2 prize cards here. I really don't know what they're doing here. And that was with our misplay here. We get switch in Whirlipede. They got the Flareon. I'm pretty sure they're just going to concede here. Like, what can they do? They got a Dragon Ball of 1 energy and Flareon of 3. And we only need 2 prize cards. They play the Lillies. So that's 6 cards. Yeah. I feel like they should have put the Amulet of Hope, if anything, on Sylveon or something. Okay, looks like they're gonna go for Phantom Dive here. Yeah, they just put 60 on Scolipede. Yeah, let's go for that Toxic Powder. Take the last KO. Yeah, there we go. Last two prize cards of the game. Yeah, they go down to poison damage. So we get here Nest Ball and Janine's Secret Art. There we go. Well, those are all the games. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.